Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Sono Group N.V, trades on the OTCQB under the symbol SEVCF in its wholly owned subsidiary Sono Motors GmbH. They're on a pioneering mission to accelerate the revolution of mobility by making every commercial vehicle solar. Happy to welcome back Managing Director, CEO, and CFO, George O'Leary. Welcome back, George. What's your update today?
Hi, Anna. How are you? Thank you very much for having me. I will go through it now. So first is our forward-looking statement disclaimer, and I think that's really important today because I'm actually going to be giving some Q3 and Q4 guidance. So for anyone who's listening for the first time, a little bit about me and my background. I started my career at Peat Marwick & Mitchell, which is now KPMG, so I'm dating myself a little bit. I was Vice President of Operations for Cablevision Industries, ran $125 million worth of business for Cablevision till we sold to Time Warner. Then I became CEO of Communication Resource Incorporated. I started a cable installation business, grew it from 5 to 40 million in 4 years and sold it to a public company. And then I founded SKS Consulting, and where I provide executive level consulting currently. So let me tell you about the company. So Sono is a pioneer in solar mobility. We're headquartered in Munich, Germany. Our management board and our supervisory board are all based in the US, so we became a US filer January 1st of this year. As Anna mentioned, we're quoted on the OTC under the symbol SEVCF. We're focused on integrating proprietary solar technology onto commercial vehicles. Mainly, we're looking at the large OEMs and getting on their production line. And we have a patent portfolio of 9 granted patents and over 30 pending patents. So our end-to-end solution, we have solar panels, we have our solar charge controller, which is proprietary, our vehicle integration, and our software and data analytics. For our solar bus kit, where we have 16 solar panels on the top of a bus, our solar charge controller operates in 8 zones, which is very unique and different, allowing for maximum efficiency of the use of the sun. Commercial fleets with tomorrow's EV market. So one, our solution works across all commercial vehicles, whether it's diesel, whether it's hybrid, whether it's an EV. Immediate operational impact, we lower fuel and energy cost, we extend the battery life, and we provide instant CO2 reduction to reduce the carbon footprint. Easy scalable adoption, lightweight solar panels, plus our multi-zone controller installation 1 to 2 days, directly on the OEM factory production lines, which is we're focusing on, or commercial fleet retrofits. So our product portfolio, we focus on buses, trucks and vans, recreational vehicles, and refrigeration trailers. What I'll be talking about in Q3 and Q4 is mostly refrigeration trailers and buses. So how our solar solution works, for a solar bus kit example, so we have 16 solar panels on the top of a bus, then we connect it to our solar charge controller, as I mentioned, with 8 zones. That connects into the low volt battery. And then we also have telematics providing useful insights for both the driver and also for the fleet operators as well. So last year in November at our Italy trade show, we won a prestigious Green Innovation Award for excellence in sustainable innovation. And in January of this year, we became the first national type certification for solar bus kits in Germany. And what's really great about that is because they use the European standard, so anywhere in Europe that we want to do installations, it'll simplify our installation process where instead of getting every single bus certified, we actually can do an entire fleet with 1 certification. Definitely providing a competitive advantage, certainly in Germany. And because it's European standards, it'll adopt throughout Europe. So in March of this year, we partnered with Merlin Solar Technologies to expand our global reach. The way I like to describe it is best-in-class co-marketing partnership with Merlin solar panels and our solar charge controller and integration know-how. It provides us scope both in Europe as well as in North America. So strong commercial momentum driving Q3 and Q4 expected revenue growth. So proven demand across sectors. We have orders from the 6 large OEMs, a diverse client base, including global leaders in refrigeration trailers, buses, and trucks. We're building on delivered results. The half a month of July's revenue exceeds all of Q1 2025 revenue. Existing framework agreements in place with the large OEMs. We're in final discussions for much larger deployments. Our average revenue per unit is trending up by the fourth quarter to 8,000 euros per unit. And the breakout for Q3 and Q4 would be about 60% refrigeration units and about 40% buses. We're looking to have approximately 50 orders in Q3. I'm going to over 100 orders in Q4. So our revenue should double from Q3 to Q4, which is very exciting. And really, it's what we've been waiting for. You know, working with OEMs takes a long time, and we're finally getting there. So with our business, as I mentioned, we combine U.S. growth and entrepreneurship with German technology, innovation, and know-how. As I mentioned, our management board and our supervisory board are all based here in the U.S., so we're now a U.S. filer. And our managing directors are based in Munich, Germany, where our subsidiary, Sono Motors, resides. So I always like to talk about our most valuable resource, which is our management, our employees in Munich, Germany. They really focused on changing the world. Matter of fact, they're all vegan, and they also ride their bicycles to work rather than driving their vehicles, focusing on reducing the carbon footprint. So our focus on the remaining part of 2025 and 2026 outlook, we're building on our 24 momentum on focusing on our OEM strategy, really focused on getting on the production line with our large OEMs, expanding our global partnerships like we did with Merlin, and expected revenue growth in Q3 and Q4 totaling 150 units for the 2 quarters. Pursuing an uplisting to a major national exchange, we're in talks with both NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange American. We're looking to improve visibility and enhance liquidity, drive long-term value for our shareholders, and create much larger business opportunities through M&A once we get onto a national exchange. And the time for solar mobility is now. 3 things: momentum, market, and timing. Momentum, from early stage pilots to now scalable commercial deployments with 6 global OEMs. Our unit volumes are expected to increase to 50 units in Q3 and over 100 units in Q4, with an average of 8,000 euros per unit by Q4. Sono is one of the few companies offering a full end-to-end solution specifically built for commercial vehicles. Between our multi-zone controller, solar panels and analytics and dashboard, whether it's diesel, hybrid, or electric vehicles, we provide immediate CO2 reductions and other cost benefits, including fuel for diesel. Timing, the commercial vehicle market is looking for a practical, cost-effective solution. Today, not years from now, as the EV infrastructure still lags, and as these large OEMs start building EV commercial vehicles, you know, we provide a solution immediately for them. And then our uplisting prep with NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange American to boost liquidity and visibility, broaden investor base, and create much larger M&A growth opportunities. So key takeaways and closing. Solar is the largest and most affordable renewable energy source. As I like to say, solar bridges the gap between conventional vehicles of today and the electric vehicles of tomorrow as charging stations catch up to the EV demand. The second half of 2025 expected revenue growth is substantial, reflecting significant interest in the large OEMs. And by the way, that's taken a lot of time and a lot of energy and effort from our team. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm excited to be able to finally share some guidance. Our patent portfolio, as I mentioned, 9 granted patents, our data-driven dashboard, and our solar mobility know-how set us apart from our competition. And Sono Group N.V. is on track for a planned uplisting to a national exchange, hopefully by the end of this year or sooner. And you know, I am personally focused on driving that. With that said, let me turn it over to the audience for any questions that anyone might have.
Great job. Congratulations, George. Yes, a few questions, and you pretty much answered this, but Ian asks, are you going to eventually drop the F or get a new stock symbol? What's your plan?
Well, yes. So the stock symbol from basically what our focus is on the OTCQB, that's our stock symbol. And going forward, when we get to a national exchange, obviously the stock symbol will change, and our focus is really getting there sooner than later.
A few questions about your panels. Michaela asks, where are you sourcing them?
Mm-hmm. So with our partnership with Merlin Solar, they provide what I call best-in-class panels. So we source them from the U.S. They also have manufacturing in other places as well. But we also have existing manufacturers, both local and in Asia. So we have three sources for our solar panels. But our focus is with Merlin and the U.S.
And Dimitri asks, can those panels be positioned on the side to generate any energy?
Yeah, great question. So with our refrigeration units, which are much larger vehicles, we have the solar panels on the top of the roof, obviously, but also on the sides as an option to actually create more efficiencies and more solar energy.
Our viewer asks, who are your customers? Where are they located? Specifically, what countries, and why are they buying from you versus the alternatives out there?
Great. So they're global large OEMs that we're focused on with our customer base. We're looking to get on the production lines. They're obviously global companies, but we're focused on the European market. So some are based in Germany, and others are definitely in Europe or the UK. But with our partnership with Merlin, we're also starting to get some traction in North America as well. Why they look to us versus others is we have experience with really specific solar mobility like no one else has. And that's why these large OEMs are looking at us, even though we're a fairly small company, to provide the solar solutions for their commercial vehicle markets.
And assuming you hit your Q4 targets, what kind of volume are you planning for early 2026? And how scalable is your current operation to support that?
Yeah. So that's a great question. You know, we have a good team of hardworking people. We should be able to cover certainly Q3 and Q4. Our business will continue to scale based on the 6 large OEMs and growing. Our sales pipeline is growing fairly substantially now. We expect much larger volumes to continue. The growth we're projecting in Q3 and Q4, we expect that to continue through 2026 and 2027. We expect one to be significantly larger than we are today and also to be profitable by then as well.
Wonderful. Great update, George. Happy to have you back with this good news. Congrats. And please continue to come back on the conference with some more good news like this.
Thanks, Anna. Great to see you. We'll talk soon.
All right, everyone. That was Sono Group, OTCQB.